And we're live. It's Adam Robinson, founder and CEO of retention.com. I'm going to explain to you how I deal with an absolutely insane calendar. Show the calendar. I mean, it's pretty packed with no EA and, kind of my thought process behind planning it. So I think something that's pretty clever that I came up with to deal with this, like I either get intros to brands, intros to agencies, or I'm trying to like book people on my podcast. Those are the three, and just intros to people that are sort of strategic that I want to talk to. So I'll hit each of those. I do have a separate Calendly account for each of these things. If I get an intro to a brand, I have a Calendly link that sends them down the sales system. If I get an intro to an agency that I think is important enough to talk to, I send them my calendar. Otherwise, I send them down the sales system. If I get a strategic interview, another vendor, somebody who I just really need to meet, because one of my goals over the next 12 months in building this unicorn is I want to become a guy in the Shopify Plus ecosystem. So that involves people knowing who you are, liking you, meeting you, all that stuff. So I'll use my Calendly link for that. And then I'm trying to interview as many of our amazing founder customers as possible on my 10 Years in the Making podcast. I need to do that at a cadence of one time a week. I travel a lot. So when I'm here, I try to do a couple of those towards the end of the week. And those are the three different Calendly links that I use. And that system seems to work pretty well because I actually have control over what's happening and I can decide who to pass off to what. I try to create a work in public video every single day. I'm doing that this month. I'm going even harder into content creation for the founder brand because this is benefiting us in so many ways. We're trying to pull in a VPCS right now. The guy follows my content on LinkedIn. I just so deeply believe in this, and I'm creating a TV show called $1 Billion Challenge, hoping that it's going to spread in the Shopify ecosystem and everybody's going to follow this journey that we're on. So Monday mornings from 8 to noon, I wall off for content creation. And then Monday and Tuesday, once you go, this is a strange thing going from being like a 6-person lone wolf organization to an organization that has like several layers. Like we have 40 employees right now, I think. I don't even know. But you have to have meetings because in the process of doing this, going from a lean, you're doing everything lone wolf type organization to you now have like a traditional organizational structure. As we're doing that, product market fit's getting better, inbound demand's getting insane. And in my seat, I have to go from doing everything that came anywhere near me to literally like passing off everything that is not an absolute imperative for me to do. The only thing that is an absolute imperative for me to do is this right here. Creating content that only I can create, that is meant to build rapport with recruits, with potential brand customers and agency partners, and potentially investment partners someday so they can know how I think. So Monday and Tuesday, basically half the day Monday is content creation, like I said. I'll do some Zoom calls in between. The afternoon is dedicated to an executive meeting and like a data-related, like discovery type product call that me, Santosh Tate, and Tyler do. And then Tuesdays basically like back-to-back one-on-ones that I catch up with the people who are my direct reports. And then I have committed to 10 Years in the Making, one podcast per week, interviewing our amazing founder customers. So I travel a lot. In order to not get behind, I try to do a couple of those the weeks that I'm here. Those happen on Thursday or Friday. That's the third link. It's 1 hour on Thursdays and Fridays, and the other one's half an hour whenever I'm free. And then I block 4 p.m. on. The intention is to go home. The reality is that it's when I do all the tie up and follow up with the calls that I had during that day. And then this phenomenon also happens, it's meetings on Monday, meetings on Tuesday. Pretty much by Friday of the week before, the Wednesday through Friday has like filled up back to back. Just with people that I think are interesting enough to want to do a half hour with. So follow me if you want to see me build a unicorn in public. That is how I manage my calendar without an EA. I think that the biggest secret was using 3 different calendar links, depending on the type of intro that I get and what I'm going after. That is all. It is Adam Robinson, and I'm signing off.